Okay, let me just hook up. You wanted to have the other side come in and ask if they could guide you into your leadership, you said?
Like relationships.
Career,
like...
Oh, any information. Okay. Just give me a second. We're all hooking in. I feel like a mother figure. She's definitely a feminine, very feminine, not strong, but soft feminine. And she's in a dress. I mean, she says, I don't come across that way, but it was when you needed to be guided and comforted, when there was trauma and drama. You always felt this softness around you. They said maybe around your ear, like when you were laying there crying at night. What happens is that this particular angel that comes in and gives you the mothering energy that you need in order for you to breathe, relax, and be patient.
Okay.
Oh my God, it is. All right, Jen just flipped a card out to me, and
it's Archangel Jophiel, Jophiel.
Yeah, that's her.
Okay.
If you get the deck, what's the name of this deck?
Wait for it. Archangel Oracle cards from Doreen Virtue.
And if you look under patience, you'll see Archangel Jophiel.
Yeah,
that's the picture that I was just looking.
You even started talking.
That's funny. That's what I was seeing. And she's been with you since basically 1 year old. Because you feel like you have to have more of the mothering, nurturing aspect. You feel, I don't know if you in real life feel like you did not get that, but she's doing her best to guide you.
Okay.
Now, I feel another presence, and they're tapping on Jen's shoulder. You need to tune in, girl, because they don't want to talk to me. They want to talk through you, so I can only get images at this point, and they keep pointing to you.
So, did you have significant experience? They're showing me either preschool or kindergarten, playing outside. Little girl in a dress playing outside, feeling really lost.
I feel like somebody punched her. That was the weird feeling. Okay, hold on. As far as a relationship, it's learning to speak heart to heart and have conversations, but it seems like the wall keeps coming up. And even though, so do you have people that don't understand what you're saying?
Sometimes.
Okay, they say that seems to be something that has come up. And there are times you have romantic feelings but are so afraid to share that with somebody.
Yeah, sometimes.
And they said that fear will interfere with making connections. And they want you to get rid of that fear because there's a part of you that just lets life go by, meaning you're missing opportunities. And even if those opportunities were supposed to be short-lived, you know, the point is it's part of thriving, not just existing. Jen, what you got?
Okay, so this situation, I asked for a card to explain. So, have you felt like you fit into your family?
Have I what?
Do you feel like you fit in with your family?
Yeah, I do.
You do? Because they're showing me that it's okay to be different card. And
with the people she likes, she's attracting the people. When you attract guys in your world or friends in your world, do they accept who you are?
Yeah.
So you can show your difference.
You could show everything about you. If you like the color blue and they all like the color red, would that be accepted? If you talk to the other side, would that be accepted? It's just about all these different...
Okay, Scott needs to talk about the card he picked up.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Flying. You have the power to see things from a higher perspective. And I'll read what
Yeah, go ahead.
tells. It says, if you were a bird flying high in the air, what would you see? When you soar above life's challenges and opportunities...
I'm like hearing something else right now. Like it's like interfering.
Oh, can you hear a man's voice?
Yeah.
That's my husband trying to read to you.
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
Do you understand what he's saying, or can you not hear him?
You go ahead,
No,
brother.
I can.
Okay, he's trying to tell you that, no, this is
Yeah,
a
there's
good
actually a
example.
guy here too.
Yeah, there's 3 of us.
Okay, but that's a good example. When they're communicating to her on the other side, she has an expectation that it looks a certain way. So when she gets the information that comes from another direction, in this case my husband, it really throws you off because you're not used to having that pathway. And that is what this whole reading has been about. You have to be okay that you're going to have to look in different directions. You're going to have to give yourself make a wise decision that it's okay. Now, have you had belief systems that you thought that you know, I can't listen to that energy because it might be evil, or I'm not supposed to do that because it could be wrong? Have you had those thoughts?
Yeah.
What I want you to do is, if you have those thoughts, heal it out. Get rid of the fear. Don't just shut it off and jump in, because you're just going to create hell. Heal out. Tap it out. Heal out the fear. Because you have other angels that are more of a male and masculine energy, and they have been doing their best to come through. But your belief system of the age of 5, you said playground, right?
Yeah.
And what I saw
Or
the
just
picture
outdoors.
was that when you're outside, when you were 5, you got punched. And it was from the opposite sex. And what happened is that you tuned out ever wanting to listen to certain people, certain frequencies, certain voices.
Because my skin is like really agitated, my body is really agitated. And so do you get agitated, just uncomfortable when this
Okay.
different energy's coming in?
That's why she's... Okay, answer that question, yeah.
Not really, no. I just go with whatever.
Okay, so they're asking you to download and upgrade your frequency, because the card my husband picked says you have the power to see things from higher perspective. But you have to create the pathways, which means sometimes you have to maybe meditate and feel it, or you may have to understand that when the spirit is speaking, they're going to show you pictures, or you might smell something, but you see pictures when you smell. You are learning to build who you are, but the foundation of your beliefs of fear actually stops you from becoming the medium, not just a psychic. A psychic can just read energy, but a medium also then can feel and read other sides. You already had 2 grandmothers that are standing next to you right now, and you haven't been able to hear them for months, they said. Every now and then they get your attention because some book will fall off the shelf, but they can't seem to fine-tune themselves to communicate with you. So that means you're going to have to raise your vibration and start fine-tuning so that you can communicate. I teach in classes about fine-tuning. The first thing I do is usually say, pick some type of an object, which is like a ring. And when you say, when I put this ring on, I would like to connect with the other side. Now, how else I do it is if there's a feeling of fear, you tap out the fear, and it creates a higher pathway, and more fine-tuning begins even more with your guides. People are so fearful that they don't want to connect or trust any spirits, only energy. Well, here's the thing. Everything's energy. You have to heal the fear. And any time that you have any fear, it's going to stop you from ever bringing the correct information through that is needing to come through. You can learn to put the white light around you if you have fear. You can learn to use essential oils to help you balance you. You can use whatever you need. But at the same time, please stop over-identifying with fear, because then you're only going to create that fear. And they're saying that if you want relationships, yeah, you have many relationships that could be possible, except for the fact is the chemistry between you and people scare the hell out of you, because when you started to develop, you shut down your needs. You never have reopened them. That it's okay. It's like, for example, when I was in junior high, I saw people doing things that shocked the hell out of me, and I'm like, no, I ain't going to do that. So I shut down my needs, and I did not allow that into my space. So I created a decision that interfered with my love life. Okay? And so it created a heart wall which causes me to misunderstand when I have romantic feelings. And then I'm sitting there as I chronologically aged in my self-talk. If I don't understand what I'm identifying with, why don't they like me? Why is it every time I'm here and I'm open, nobody wants to talk to me? And it's because of those various things. Just give me a second. I feel like you had somehow judged, probably by the age of 15 or 16, you had gotten to the point where, you know what, I feel worthless. It's so weird because I don't feel like that's your belief system. I think you just picked up people that were going through their identity crisis, and somehow you kind of took that on your own. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So let's say your best friend is having a crisis, identity crisis. You, without realizing it, are going to create chemical peptides, and you're going to feel what they're feeling, and it may feel like you.
Right.
Okay, so they're telling you you got a lot of fine-tuning to do because you don't know where you end and they begin. That confuses you about what to trust, because then you don't consider the source. So then you'll talk to somebody that doesn't understand about spirits, or all their belief system is negative. So instead of going to a positive person, you went to a negative person. They're telling you to stop believing this BS, go somewhere else, which totally interferes with where you want to go on your purpose. So consider the source and understand with intention, are you just seeking out negative people to reinforce your fear, or are you allowing spirit to show you both sides, and so you can bring in positive people as well?
Okay.
Okay, I gave you a lot of information. They're saying they're going to shut up now. So they're just telling me they want you to fine tune, so then that will actually help you be led to your passion, which will lead to the purpose. And then you'll be able to find more of the steps needed to become who you're supposed to be. But the main thing is that you need to heal the negative feelings and the fears, because it totally interferes with you communicating with others as well as the other side. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you, dear. And if you can't do it alone, we are soul coaches. You have to make an appointment, and the pricing and everything is on mwreveal.com. The healing tools, that if you want to heal by yourself, is just go mwreveal.com, healing tools, and look around.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Stop in again sometime.
Okay, take care.
Whew. Okay, click.
So we've got a question in the chat room before
Okay,
we've
go
got
for the chat
next
room.
calls. So, and so this is for Living Creative. Said that they would interact with us when it comes time for their reading. So
Awesome.
You're on deck.
There's about a 30-second delay, but that's okay. We're patient.
Okay, so the question is about finding work. That they've been out of work for a few years. They're now working part-time. They want to work full-time. They also want to find their life purpose and feel stuck. And then the question that really sums it up at the end is, what am I doing wrong?
Okay, so we're going to go to the first part. Yes, the willing spirit of wanting to work. The self-esteem of wanting to work full-time is there, yes. But your definition of what work is interferes with you getting a job that is going to give you passion to want to work. Like I said, it's not that you don't have a willing spirit. You have it. But, like, for instance, the next logical step of having a job was, I'm not going to a factory, because that's all of my family ever did, was work in factories. And I had to redefine what work was. And so when I did redefine what work was, all of a sudden I thought, oh my God, I'm scared shitless about what jobs that I can do. So, of course, I went into what my career counselor says, oh, you love accounting. I have issues with math. I see numbers backwards. Oh, no, you'll be perfect for it. And instead of understanding my own passion, I took advice from people that I thought were experts. I tell you, I did accounting for a few years. Literally drove me crazy, because I am supposed to interact with people. So, you need to find out who you are.